Welcome back, everyone, to another fine day in the NPC world. We are picking up where we left off with the second stage of the Whiskey Team Ruck match. This one was called Overwatch. We started behind a shed. Everything was presented to us blind. We were told that we were looking for two silhouettes and one head. It was literally pretty much just a head of a person.
If it's a severed head, I'm going to be very upset.
When they were presented to us, we were shown brown cardboard cutouts, and we were told that the targets were camouflaged. Now, this is where the confusion led, because I was looking for brown silhouettes the whole time, and it wasn't until about halfway through our time period here that I kind of recognized that they are not brown silhouettes, that they are black silhouettes. But for this stage, there was 3 shooting positions, A, B, and C. Right now, Aaron and I are in position A, up in the woods, tucked away. This was represented by, I believe, 2 white flags. And then out in the distance, there were 2 other white flags. And the targets could be anywhere in between those white flags. From shooting position A, you should only be able to see the targets that are available for A, so you should only be able to see 2 silhouettes and 1 head. B and C are shooting at the same time as us, so there's 2 other squads shooting, but they are not able to see the same targets that we are. We are all firing from the same firing line, just staggered to the left, middle, and right. Aaron and I take some time. We're panning the area. Now, these targets could be anywhere.
Where are they? Where are they?
From, let's say, 50 to 75 yards, all the way up the mountain there to about 400 or 500 yards. So we have a good bit of ground to cover, and we're looking for, like I said, black silhouettes out there. So it's pretty difficult to see. I can't speak for the scores on this stage. All I know is that Aaron and I were only able to identify and hit 1 target per shooting position. So we got 1 silhouette at position A, 1 silhouette at position B, and 1 silhouette at position C. Whoever was able to find all of them within that time period, I give them a lot of kudos. This stage was really hard. I understand what they were going for here. This one on paper sounded the most fun to me. When I got into it, it was a lot more frustrating. I think one thing that would have greatly helped us is that if we were just told the targets were could be any color at all out there. Just the way the information was presented, both Aaron and I and the other 2 teams both agreed that we thought we were looking for brown silhouettes out there, and when we saw black, we almost second-guessed it. We were like, that can't be it. That's just like an anomaly.
What the fuck is this piece of shit?
But here at the end here, I actually identified one. I end up getting shots on it here and score some points for us. Aaron, unfortunately, was not able to see it. I tried to point it out to him in time, but we ran out of time here and had to move on to position B. Now, here we were given about 60 seconds to consolidate our mags, get everything together, get our rucks back on. There were some issues with another group's target. I want to say it was position C's. Something about an indicator or a flagger or something. They needed to move a barrel out there in order to mark something. I couldn't exactly hear what was going on. All I know is that they called for a cold range and someone walked a barrel down range. I didn't really notice the barrel until I got to position C, even though it's pretty evident that you can see it from B as well. But once they get that barrel in place and they get the RO back, they go ahead, call an all clear, and begin the timer again. And Aaron and I are to sprint over to the next shooting position B, which is a gravel pile. Once we get there, we have to, again, drop our rucks. You could leave them on if you wanted. I chose to get it off my back just to give me some more mobility when searching for these targets. The RO's kind of letting us know where we could find these targets and where they're available. I believe from this shooting position, it was a pink flag or an orange flag. One of the two. But same thing. There were two flags about 50 yards out, and our targets could be anywhere in between those flags, the same colored flags, that is. So Aaron and I are panning the area here, looking for targets. I was able to find one pretty quickly. It was dead in front of us. It was about, I'd say, 100 yards out, maybe 150 yards out up the hill. It was just kind of standing in a little clearing.
He's just standing there, menacingly.
I'm trying to point to it from Aaron, trying to point to it for Aaron, but having a difficult time. It's really hard to describe where targets are when you're just like, hey, it's by the tree over there. Congratulations, Captain Obvious, we're surrounded by fucking trees, so good luck finding a target when your partner's yelling at you, it's by the tree, it's by the tree. I tried to walk them up there as best as I can, and then I even put a couple rounds on the target again to try to get some movement and sound out that way, so he could hopefully maybe catch a glint from the sun, anything to get him on target. We end up getting him there. I think he gets 2 hits. He either gets all 3 or 2 hits. It was right towards the end of the match, but we get him on target. To save time, I move on and I start looking for the other 2. I can't find any of them. I seriously can't find any of them.
I can't see fucking shit out of this thing.
This was a very difficult stage and made me want to train this a lot more, to be honest. I never thought it would be this difficult. I know that when you're in these type of combat scenarios, that camouflage is huge, but who would have thought that just a simple black target out in the woods would be so difficult to find, especially when you're under the tension of time and everything around. I thought I found one there by some downed logs. It turns out that I was looking at a target, I just didn't hit it. I was pretty frustrated with that. But what can you do? You just gotta keep moving. I put another round there on the target for Aaron to get him on. He's still having a difficult time finding it. I think after the second round here, I end up getting him on target, and he's able to put a couple rounds down there and get us some points. Yep, there he goes. Then we end up running out of time here, unfortunately, and we get prepped and ready for the next stage. Unload, show clear. He kind of points out where the targets were on this stage for us. That's when I got pretty frustrated with myself that I was kind of staring at a target the whole time and didn't even shoot it. But what can you do? It's a learning experience. Like I said, never shot a match like this, so this was very interesting to do. But Aaron and I get our gear on here, wait for the RO's command, and then you can see this little hut is our next shooting position, position C. We're going to sprint over to a down picnic table and repeat the same process. We have, I believe it was 6 minutes to engage the 3 targets. I saw one right out the gate and was able to get rounds on it. That was no issue, and it's not 6 minutes, it's like 3 minutes. I don't know what I was thinking. It's like two and a half minutes. I'm an idiot. Ignore me, please. But 2.5 minutes each shooting position, and like I said, I found this one pretty quickly here. This one was right by that barrel. You might be able to see it move here a little bit in the video once I get some rounds on it, but we get Aaron on it too. He's able to get all 3 hits, and then again, I was able to identify a target on this shooting position as well, but I second-guessed myself because my first couple shots on it weren't hits, so I figured that it wasn't a target, and come to find out it was. That was pretty frustrating, but once again, they did a good job placing these targets. They just weren't out in the open either. I know the one that I almost hit here was by a downed log, and was kind of had another branch almost covering it a little bit, so it almost looked like you were shooting through the branches. At least that's how it was to my perspective. This was a cool stage. there's not a lot going on, but I can promise you mentally you're thinking the whole time. You're processing a lot of information. You're trying to look for these targets in a very dense area. You can see that there's no clearings or real big open areas for them to be. They didn't put them in the open field, that's for sure. Even them in the tall grass, there was a head in shooting position A that was just right in the tall grass. Just seeing that alone was very, very difficult. Once you knew they were there, they were like beacons, you know, you could see them clear as day, but until you saw them, you might as well not have even known they were there. This was a challenging stage and posed to be very frustrating. I think moving forward, if they just really focus on saying that the targets could be any color out there, I get what they're going for, as in like leaving everything a mystery, but just knowing that the targets could be any color would have helped me save about 1.5 to 2 minutes from the first stage. I was legitimately looking for brown silhouettes, and even when I saw the target that I ended up scoring on, I didn't believe that it was a target just because I was not looking for a black silhouette. But this stage was a lot of fun. It was a completely different aspect to a shooting competition I never really even anticipated, but had a great time. Aaron and I had some quorums about it, but at the end of the day, it was a lot of fun. And like always, Aaron and I are not gay. Ian's not here, so, you know, take that as a sign if you want, but I can guarantee you Aaron and I are not gay.
You see this?